Just remember to turn the mic on this time. And hello, everyone. How are we doing? Good to see you all. Hope all's going good. This is part 3 of the live set breakdown. Welcome to the Juan Stone stream channel, where every Wednesday at 7 p.m. we go over different elements of the music, how it's all coming along. We come up with tracks, we go over the live sets, you guys know the drill. How's it all going? All good? If we can just leave how we're doing in the chat this week. Yeah, and we will start off the stream as well, as we covered last week, with our stream sponsor, Radio City Brewery's 2112. I'll just open this a fair distance away, make sure I get no overspill. Absolutely tremendous. I did all of the promo reads last week, so I'll spare everyone the details, but make sure to head on over to rcbw.co.uk or the Radio City Beerworks Instagram or Facebook channel. I'll leave links for those in my link in bio after, but it should just be as easy as looking up Radio City Beerworks. So yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Okay, let's see. Darian, good to see you, my man. Hope all's going good. Rosa, how's it cracking? As I say, you might not be able to hear everything that we're doing actually in Ableton from the Instagram stream, but there is a link in bio to be able to get over to YouTube or Twitch, depending on which one you're watching on. So wicked, Darren, good to see it. And mate, the Radio City pints do get very dense. They kick like a mule, very much like 2112, our stream sponsor. Apologies, everyone. Just conversing. It actually appears that the Instagram stream is rather popping right now. So I don't know if you guys are able to dual screen. You might want to get involved on there. It looks like we've got quite a riveting discussion with regards to Radio City beers and meatballs. Fantastic. So, where were we? Where did we leave this off last week? So, I'm preparing a new live set for the Radio City Social gig, 20th of April. It's part of a reskin promotions event, supporting the mighty Big in Sheboy Dan. I hope I said that right. I think it might be Sheboy Dan. I do apologise in advance, fellas, for mispronouncing your name on one of those. But either way, it looks set to be an absolutely epic evening. Jam-packed full of high-paced, energetic tunes. And as we've just been discussing, great beers and drinks on offer the other side of the bar, as well as great vibes from all the people who attend. So if you guys are looking to support what I'm doing, to support live music, local live music, and to support local businesses, then make sure to head on down to Radio City Social on April the 20th. Tremendous. Another quick look back. Nice one, guys. And so, where did we leave off? It might be another tight-knit stream that we've got going on this week, because I haven't been able to put out too much in terms of content or particular updates, but I have been hard at work. And where I say hard at work, I've been hard at work getting the set new and up to date. So, again, most of you might not be too familiar with what we're looking at here, but those who've been watching beforehand are sort of aware that this is what I'm going to be looking at on my laptop on the stage at Radio City Social. So this is Ableton Live. What we've got is 2 sets of screens, one called Session View and the other one called Arrangement View. This is Arrangement View. This, again, you might not know what you're looking at. It looks pretty terrifying to me, even though I made it. But we're not too concerned with this at the moment. What we are concerned with is what we're going to be playing on the actual night itself. So just to share with you guys as well, basically the game plan for next week's stream. I'm not going to be going over or doing a conventional Twitch or YouTube stream. I'm basically hoping to do my technically first ever full live set online. So I may well be utilizing YouTube. I may well be utilizing Twitch still. I haven't quite decided yet. That's what I'm going to work on over the weekend. But I have enlisted the help of a select few individuals to see if we might be able to make something a bit more snazzier happen. But there's a very good chance that that's going to be broadcast over Instagram Live as well. So all you guys tuning in, you're in the right spot this time next week to be able to catch this set in full from start to finish. So it might not be as rambunctious, bass heavy, treble heavy as what you might get live, but it could be a great show. So this time next week, see you there for the live set. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it all goes down. It might end up being an absolute train wreck. One of the things that, like, one of the struggles I've got is thinking how I'm going to be able to actually play the set for both Instagram and for Twitch and the socials, but we'll figure that out when it comes to it. What we are looking at right now is as close to a final set list as possible. So I'll have a quick talk through it. In fact, I mean, like, we'll let some of the tracks play out. So as we discussed last week, again, guys, if you can just let us know in the feed whether this is too loud, if it's coming across all right. Basically looking to start off with the Jackhammer Scream of Our Dead Son off of the new EP. Just to check that we are connected guitar-wise. Let me see if I can time this right. Cheers for that, James. So yeah, I think that's the basic idea. Seems to be coming through alright. We build up. Again, like, next week is going to be the actual show itself, so I'll just sort of skip through some of these. And that'll go back down. Because instead, so what we did say last week was we were going to be looking at this first song being the Stream Made song. Oh, we're a bit quiet on Twitch apparently. Is it just the vocals coming through, Johnny, or is the music coming through as well? Connor, good to see you, man. How's it going? All good? Connor, can you just let us know if you're hearing anything on Twitch as well? Because I think we might be having some issues. So we've gone from the new track off the EP into Terror. So again, what I would like as an opener is something that kicks a bit of major ass. That makes sense. I don't think I've really got a track that is that rambunctious at the moment, at least not one that I'd want to play live still. But I feel like out of all the contenders, this was one that I still want to keep in the set, and I think is a nice little follow-up. So fair play to Ivor, Johnny. No worries, man. Ivor, you rapscallion. Badford, how's it going? All good? No, Jay McDonald? No, we're not repping Jay McDonald today, unfortunately. I think it's starting to get a bit warmer now, so I think the Jay McDonald hoodie is going to have to go back in the drawer. No, I'm just kidding. We'll find a spot for it on the stream some point soon. Even if I've got to swear it out, it's fine. good there, guys? Okay, let's see. So yeah, like this one, Terra, I think if I've got some time over the weekend, what I would like to do is I'd like to get a little bit more involvement on the keys. Because, again, like this is sort of letting you guys into the whole process. There's not really anything on here that, you know, like a lot of it just plays in the background. The only involvement I have is with the effects like that. Yeah, seems to work there. Some good fun. I think like that's the thing, is there was a lot of points in the last, especially at the ballroom show, where I sort of felt like I wasn't really massively involved with certain tracks just because there wasn't as much of the live instrumentation going. So we'll just move this along a little bit. I do love that effect. It's called Fading Grey, I think, or Fading Blue. It's just getting it right to come back on the beat. There we go. How's it going, guys? Rosie, you're the last one standing. You're missing out on all the action here, mate. It's all popping off on YouTube. Just get your ass over to YouTube, mate. But you are the life of the party on Insta, so your choice. So, yep. So far, so good. Basically, as I was saying, we've got 2 tracks that we started out with. Just going to move this along a little bit. And so we play out here. And so one of the things I was going to be looking at today, but I'm actually a bit concerned about my CPU at the moment. As you can see over here, it's hovering at the 75 to 80% number. Never a good thing, especially when streaming. So I think what we're going to do today is just have a basic rundown, just talk about a few things. Again, if you've been here the last few weeks, it might be quite familiar to yourselves. But what I want to do is merge this track, merge this outro here, and merge that in with the next track, which is going to be Beaufort. So if I just get that started, and I think the 2 of them might even be in the same key, so it shouldn't be that difficult, I think, to pair up. Just a quick heads up, as I said, my CPU is going a bit wild at the moment, so if there is any issues with the sound, you guys know what to do. Hit us up in the chat, let us know. Darian, good to see you join the stream, man. Rosa driving you mental on Insta. I'm only kidding, mate. Right, so let's move on. Sue, good to see you. Hope all's going good. We're just live on YouTube at the moment. If you wanted to join us on there, be good to catch up. Let's see, Batchford's dance cover of North London Forever. I'm going to assume it's Arsenal related. I'm sure James will fill me in after, or you could be so kind as to let us know after the stream. I'm sure it's an absolute banger. So a big reason why the CPU is actually this high up is because the guitar is currently plugged in, so we don't have the same latency issues. If we just move over to these specific sections. As described before in a previous stream, one of my favourite moments live here. It is when I remember to play it, at least, anyways. Big fan. That does actually bring up a good point though. So basically, I have encountered a few issues with my Telecaster the last few days, and it has got me slightly concerned. One of those that I'm still going to chance it, leave it up to the day itself, but I do believe where the effects pedal gave me grief on the day last time, I'm sort of wishing some bad juju on myself, I think, but I do think this guitar is posing a few issues. One sec. That is not meant to be up. So, Daryl, good to see you, man. Yeah, it's like I said, like it sounds like I'm blowing smoke up my own eyes. I don't mean it that way, but I just really enjoy playing that section. It wouldn't matter who it was by. Those horns, that specific horn section, I did actually come across by accident. It's a completely unrelated horn-like sound that I found on one of my synthesizers on Massive. I think that would be one for a stream. I think another good idea for a stream coming up would be to walk you guys through some of the presets that I've got. Like, give us a shout in the chat if you think that sounds good. And yeah, like, we shall see where this takes us. So, Connor, this song's called Beaufort. So that section, if you look up the track Beaufort, it's just the middle 8 section in that. And yes, Daryl, I also heard that I long for accidents. I have no idea where you would have heard that from. I think it's pure conjecture personally, but you know, all I'm saying is that I heard it. So yeah, that does actually lead us on. Oh, look at that here. It's a song called I Long for Accidents. How about that? Tremendous. So this might have been in the stream last week. We'll have a quick run through. Let me just double check. How's it going? All good? Rosa still hanging in there strong. Like, still the life of the party on Insta. Just keep them cracking that way, mate. Just yeah, it's like you're just not hearing anything though. Like, you're really fighting a good fight on this one though. So well played, mate. Right, let's keep going. Let's have a look. We've got I Long for Accidents. So this one I might need to work on. I might need to work on a bit more of a rhythm section. I've basically got a click that's happening on an every offbeat. So what that is, like, because we're working in a 3/4 time signature, we're going in a waltz now. So we've gone from a 4/4, which is 4 beats every bar. Right, yeah, that took me longer than it probably should have to state. But basically, the once we go to 3/4, so you've got 4/4, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody knows a 4/4. A 3/4 is like a waltz, so it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And so that will be the track I Long for Accidents. So I'll start it and I'll show you why I sort of want to change the rhythm section of it. Because I think it's going to be a little bit too long of a gap from when I finish playing to when I keep playing the song. So we'll keep trying. In fact, we don't actually want to play that yet. It goes So boom. There we go. I long for accidents, everybody. Just checking the chat. Hente, good to see you, my man. Hope all's going good. Yes, and we have made a deal. James is going to be on one of the tracks soon. And yeah, whether he likes it or not, we're going to have to drag him kicking and screaming. He may sue us for likeness rights down the way, but it will be him on the song. So we'll find the right one and get back to you. Joe, nice one, dude. Thanks for rocking up. And yeah, as I say, I don't usually do these sort of plugs. I think I might need to some point soon. But the EP that's off, the Seraphim EP, did come out last month. And I do believe it's due to my own lack of self-promotion that it just basically, I don't think it even really took off. I think that the Spotify listenership has taken a nosedive, which is completely of my own doing. I barely do any promotion with regards to actually leading people to Spotify. But if you guys were looking for any way to support what I'm doing at the moment, obviously it'd be a bonus if you did actually like the music as well, but like obviously it's all subjective. But if you guys want to up the Spotify monthly listeners, that would actually do us quite a solid service for the moment. So yeah, it's just off the top of my head, if you want to support the channel, support what we do, go on Spotify. And in fact, actually, like rather than even listening, if you guys can just add songs onto playlists, like any playlist, even if you're not going to listen to the playlist, if you add it onto playlists, that does actually help out the algorithm as well. So that'll be quality. Amanda, good to see you. Thanks very much for the kind words. Much like yourself, Joe. That's very much appreciated. Hope little Elsie's doing good as well. Let's see. Yeah. Nice one, Rosa. Snack on those meatballs, mate. Hope they're packing quite a punch. I think Mr. Toad came and went as well, but we will be moving on. So, on to the fun stuff now. On to the really fun stuff. The main woman herself, Mrs. Saroon Solly. or Sahagan, as we discussed earlier. No, it is most definitely Saroon Solly. This track, this is the part of the set. So I think, like, obviously we've treaded familiar ground so far. I am actually quite excited about getting the. I'm just gonna let this start playing now, to be fair, because otherwise I'm just rambling. But I am really excited for to be playing the stuff off the latest EP. But this, I think, like, this whole middle part of the set is dedicated to the 2 new upcoming tracks that I've got. I've actually done a little bit more work on Saroon's track at the moment. Even so much so, ooh, excuse me, as you say, 2112 Radio City Beer Works packs a hell of a punch. So much so that this song still doesn't actually have a name yet. I've got quite a few people asking me where they can find it, and unfortunately it's nowhere to be found at the moment, except on the 20th of April at Radio City Social. You guys know where you're going to be able to hear it. You're going to be able to hear it on the best possible system. Head on down, give this track some love live. So I'll just park this for 1 second. Really excited about dropping this one. Get some wicked effects going alongside it as well. See, that is actually one element that I did have available to me at the gig last time, but I didn't want to risk it because I was still way too underprepared, I think, to use it now. But it's called Beat Repeat. Just a moment of silence. Get in there, mates. Fucking absolutely smashing it. So, yeah, it's a beat repeat. So, it's a little bit risky. When it pays off really well, but I'm still not 100% comfortable with using it just yet. See, even then, if you're ever so slightly off, like even by a fraction of a second, it just makes everything kaput. So I might still veer off of using it a bit, because I'm like, unless I can get it precisely on there, it doesn't sound right to me, and I don't think I'd be too comfortable repping it. So let's see. Nice one, Johnny. Cheers for doing that, dude. That would be massive. Yeah, so if you guys want to support the channel, support what we do, then just get onto Spotify, start adding the tracks, any of the tracks. Even if you want to add like a few of them to just one playlist that you're never going to access, just throw it in the back cupboard or wherever you keep all your Spotify playlists. And yeah, that would actually be a big help. Same with posts as well. You can bookmark posts on Instagram, again, into a folder you're never going to use, never going to see. Liking is always a bonus, but if you guys just want to go that little extra mile, I wouldn't expect you guys to, but at the same point, I know I do get a few asks, and that's actually quite a few ways to help the channel. So, Daryl, I am triggering the beat repeat with a button. Let me see if I can show you real quick. It's actually on the keyboard. Will it reach? That's the question. Okay, so it's over here. You seeing that? I think it works all right in this track, to be fair. But then again, I feel like the beat repeat is just sort of robbing from Saroon's incredible voice. I'm like, I feel like doing nothing during this track, like, just because I feel like every element you throw in, every effect, just detracts from how incredible her voice is in the back of this track. Nice bit of flange. Imagine who doesn't appreciate a bit of flange every once in a while. Oh, and I missed a 2112 comment. 2112, I think it's already a good name for a track. I think it's already been taken, though, by a far superior band and song to, I think, anything that I could probably put out there. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys to do the research on that one. It may have even been the reason why the beer is called 2112 in the first place. Just guessing. But it is a very good track. And the meek shall inherit the earth. That's what you're getting. So we move on. Chance as a contributor into the set. Again, another one that I'm quite excited to play live. I'm curious as to how it's going to go down. I wonder if it will hold the same weight as I think it does. So again, this is where I'm looking at merging the tracks together. So, you know, like rather than just a track stop in silence with, yeah, Radio City Social, tip your bartender, let's go. So, yep, I've started with a loop. This just allows me to say a few words, possibly. It's just a nice little buffer between the tracks. But if you can see this little meter here, so you can see that it actually stops every 4 seconds. That's because, without getting too much into the technical details, I've set it to repeat, to play again every 4 bars. The only thing is that this is every 4 bars in the time signature of the original track. So here's our time signature up here. It's not time signature, sorry, the tempo, the BPM. It's 124 BPM at the moment. I don't think it's that far. I think it might be 95 actually. So once I click this, so basically, I'll actually activate it on my little launch pad here, if you guys can see over at the back. So these little buttons here, this is basically how I navigate my way. You can actually see on the Ableton screen and the corresponding lights that are on there, how I can actually navigate through Ableton's session view without actually having to use a mouse or keyboard. Just checking to see. Rosa still holding the 4 strong. That's cracking to see. You in the stream as well then? Holding 4 in Insta and the streams. That would be fucking tremendous, Rosa. That's commitment on a level I've yet to experience. Although now I can see there's nobody in the chat. So. Oh wait, no, and now they're back. So we will stop this from looping. Get back to business. Basically what I'm going to do is press this big green button here. And we're off again. So. Now this is a track, it sounds simple, but every time I've gone to play it, I can tell how thoroughly unrehearsed I am with it. So I'm going to give it a go. See, it's like 1 or 2 notes, but the 1 or 2 notes literally make or break the track. So I've got to really drill that one and make sure that it's perfect on the night. This literally just goes to show you the amount of work that actually goes in before all of these live sets. Like, even though it's not a band setup. Like, it's not like I'm having to rehearse with other people to get it tight. I'm literally just having to get it tight by myself. Because I'm sloppy as fuck. Right. You'd have thought, like, considering the fact that I probably made the tracks, I'd be able to play them better, but nope, not the case at all. So we move on to Bad Habit, another track that I'm looking to release very soon. Depending on the release strategy, I may well be releasing this as a single, or be releasing it alongside as an EP to the Saroon track. Now, what I'm in and ahhing about, some of you may know the last time I played this song on a live stream, I actually spent a little bit of time worrying after whether I was going to get copyright struck. Dreaded algorithm of, or copyright algorithm on YouTube hunting me down like the Predator, because this is in fact a remix. I'm going to take a chance, much like Columbus did back in the day, and keep the vocals in, because, yeah, you guys are absolutely worth it. Like, I want to give you guys everything for rocking up to the stream today. So we're going to risk getting the channel banned. If you guys are up for that, give us a little rock icon in the chat. That'll be quality. And we shall see how this goes down. Give it a nice little bit of volume and see how we play out from here. What would be ideal is if there was actually a bit of a storm that kicked off from playing this live, and we were actually able to say to the people who made this track, it's Foles by the way, as a hint, to say, here's the stems for the track, enjoy it. Cyanosia. Whee. Look at that, Johnny. Has it got any particular meaning behind it? Keep us posted on that one, man. That one looks fucking quality. Oh, Rosa, what are you playing at, mate? No, I'm joking. You're good there, though. Good, good. Although I think I'm talking into a black hole at this point. I don't think there's anybody in the Insta chat, but yeah, fair play. Again, another track that I've done a lot of work on over the weekend to get it live ready. I'm really, really excited about this one. The level of excitement I have for this track is I've actually put it above the Saroon track. I don't mean any disrespect with that, but just that this one I'm very excited to hear how it goes down live. So, mate, just keep them coming, Johnny. Eudaimonia. I have actually got... some of you in this chat may know I have actually got a document on my phone of a list of song names that I actually pick out from every time. Let's let this play out. Risking copyright with the boys. Again, wouldn't be Foles without a bit of plucky guitar in there for good measure as well. polishing off a can of 2112 Radio City Beer Works. So we've got the end of another track there, leading into the final run of the set. So those of you who was at the Radio City Social gig last year would be familiar with this end of the set. I've basically changed nothing. Really, all the new big ones are from like are going to be in the middle, from the start until the middle, really. Which I do quite like. It's like, to be fair, the biggest hitters from the live set in general was from the final parts, like the final few tracks. So again, just to give you guys an insight, let me just turn the visuals on here. So where we've got our launch pad, I'll press that to get the sample going. But what we need to do here is we need to make sure that the time signature is appropriate. So I'm actually going to press this button. You can see that it's gone down from 124 to 110. So again, big emphasis on rehearsal. That's why I've got to make sure that everything is done and well rehearsed and drilled in a particular order. So the beauty of this track, I'll just load it up here. This is just a continuous loop in the back. There is actually to isolate this. This loop, it allows me to, like, it's a nice consistent tone that goes throughout. It actually allows me to just pick this song up whenever I need to. So rather than have a count in and like meticulously play against a particular rhythm, I'm just allowed to start whenever I feel like it, pretty much. There's a nice bit of brevity on the night itself. Just seeing, nice one, Johnny, on the names, and some meanings behind it as well. That's quality. They're going to go on the list as soon as this stream is done, man, for sure. In fact, I think I know which track to name it after. I'll be in touch soon. Nice one on that though, dude. Also, this one goes out to Connor, because I know you love this one, mate. Yeah, I'm sure you guys spotted the one moment of that track where my attention was completely diverted elsewhere. Yeah, it was a bit brutal, that one. Hopefully we won't be making those sorts of mistakes on the night, but again, to emphasise the importance of practice leading up to this is why we want to make sure everything's nice and tight on the night. So, Hente, let's just see. No, yeah, so it is the only keyboard I'm using. I do have a larger keyboard. Is it 49 keys? 39? I think it's 49. I'm not too familiar with playing piano really, or music theory or anything else like that. So all I really need on the night is just a keyboard that will allow me to play a few little solo-y bits, which is actually, this is one of the tracks in which I'll be doing that. As I said earlier on in the stream, I do actually want to try and include another part of the stream itself that is a little bit more heavy on the piano playing, the keyboard playing. But for the moment, I'm going to emphasize rehearsals and practice and make sure everything's nice and tight on the night. So, no one on Insta, which is all good. So, yep, we're moving on in the set, much like we did last time. This is Badinage. Also, a very big shout out. He may not be seeing this or listening in. But I do just want to thank Richard from Hellfeeder for the loan of his Boss Mega Distortion pedal, which I picked up yesterday. He was actually who saved my arse at the Radio City Social gig last year with the same distortion pedal as well. Basically, I ordered a Rat distortion, which I mentioned last week. And I won't get into the dramas of it or whatnot, but basically they said they'd be able to deliver it, and now they're telling me they can't. They're back to telling me they don't know when they're going to be able to deliver it through. So yep, massive props Rich for the loan of the distortion pedal. It pretty much is only going to be used in one track, but it is going to be this one, and it's a hell of a time to use it as well. So not to understate its importance in the set, I think it's probably, well, it was definitely the one track out of the few last year that got the biggest pop. So yep, if we just probably move it a little bit further ahead, and I'll show you guys, see if we might be able to play this cleanly on here. I think that's about as good an angle as we're going to get. Would obviously help if it was armed to begin with. We're going to try that again. Again, the emphasis on rehearsal here, guys. Because I can't afford to be spending an extra second longer thinking about what I'm actually going to be playing. It actually needs to be drilled down to a fine science as to what we're actually going to play. So we're going to give that another go. It's already gone wrong, but And that is killing my CPU. So hopefully you guys are still with me. You guys can still hear. At which point I've got to jump over, rearm the track. A lot of work in this moment. There we go. So, yeah, definitely need a lot of work on the keyboards there. We move on to the one big transition in the night. So if you guys can see how it's looking on the screen here, I'm going to let this play out for a bit. I'm going to move over to the launch pad real quick. So if you guys can see on the screen, we've got these three elements here. So we've got this one lead element that's looping ad infinitum. I think that's how you say it. But this with the current time signature, what we want to do is move that to 110 BPM. So with the press of this orange button here, we time that right here. So now we've moved that over to the correct time signature. You can hear that slow down a little bit, affording us a little bit of time to merge into the final track, which is More is More. So let's scroll down a little bit here. We're going to let that loop one more time so I can get the timing right here. So you can see with this digit here, I'm going to press now. And that gives us our snare. Now, unfortunately, it's a shame that because now the master effects aren't working. That's the part that I wanted to get activated. Gotta hope that the launch control actually works on the night as well, apparently. And we get that kick loop in. And our main sample. So we're going to go back to our effects. We're going to be turning that down. Getting our guitar ready as well. And into the track itself. So you guys might be more familiar with this part of the set than anywhere else. We're sort of treading over the same ground, but for the sake of going over the live set again, it's worth just displaying a few bits. You guys know the drill. Darian, thanks for the love, my man. So this part in particular I need to get absolutely tight because the last few times I've played it, it's gone down alright, but it could have gone down better. So we'll see how it goes down tonight. But we're near enough there, guys. See again. No, that was probably the worst I played it out of all the gigs combined, so I blame the beer. Radio City Beer Works, 2112. Purchase online or at your local Radio City Social establishment. Boom. Thank you very much, guys. That is the live set that we have planned for Radio City Social on April the 20th. And hopefully the live set that we have planned for a few more gigs scattered throughout the year. Who knows? Who knows where we might end up? But yeah, there is some rumblings of a few more gigs after. Might be Chelmsford. Might be Colchester, who knows? But keep your eyes peeled, guys. There are a few more songs at the bottom here. Ones that I would have liked to included. They're there if needed. But the main element of the set, because one of the things I'm going to have to do is actually still time the set itself. So, like, I'm not actually sure whether it falls within the 45-minute range as it stands. I'm sure it does. But if so, I need to do a run through. I need to time it. need to work on some more transitions, but we're pretty much there, guys. So it's just a case of playing through and seeing where we are with it. But I do think that will do us for today. You guys have been patient enough to watch for an hour. Do hope you guys have enjoyed. I am aware we haven't really covered too much new ground from what we have in previous podcasts. So if you guys have been tuning in every week, apologies, because it's not really the freshest one. It's probably like the least original podcast we've done so far. Johnny, much appreciated on that one, man. And as I say, like for you guys, I know the commitment's there, but I would like to try and deliver something a bit more original and a bit more fresh when I possibly can. So after this, like we said, with regards to next week, I'm going to see about doing the first ever full Juanstone live set from start to finish. I'm going to see about trying to make that happen on Twitch or on YouTube. Hopefully both, and hopefully on Instagram live as well, but I have a feeling that we might have to just relegate it to one of those, so we shall see. And yes, Darian, thank you very much for letting me off the hook with my 8% beer. To reiterate, I do blame everything on this drink, but it is superb. It tastes great. I think it's actually one that I don't think I could drink too many of in one night. I struggle enough with craft beers on their own. I think there might be a few people in this chat who agree. I think I'm going to be actually in the minority on that one. Part of the reason why I'm a Philistine with beers is because I do not handle hangovers well. But that's neither here nor there. Thank you very much all for tuning in once again to the Juanstone live stream. I very much appreciate all of you rocking up. And as I said, if there's ways that you want to help out, grab a load of tracks on Spotify, bung them into a playlist that you're never going to use. Get those play counts higher. Make sure you bookmark posts on Instagram. And that'll do it for this week. Next week, live stream, 7 o'clock. Look forward to seeing you guys there. Enjoy, all the best, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody.